in court for the last 2.5 weeks. I've heard so much bullshit lies. I walk in there and I see these people put their hand up, swear under oath, so help me God. To what God? To what Creator? And they're on the stand. And you have these police officers on the stand who are detectives, who have experience, 20 to 30 to 40 years, who can't even step up to the mic to say, here's the truth, and tell their story. They tell one story, they tell two stories, they tell three stories, they tell four stories. If you read the newspaper, to everyone here, go pick up the newspaper, get online, search, Google Fong Lee trial, Fong Lee gun, Fong Lee evidence. You will find out for yourself. Do your research, read the affidavits, read the reports, read the depositions, and ask yourself, be a critical reader. Don't believe everything read, but look at 10 different pieces of information. Make your own judgment. And if you read proper English, English is my freaking second language. I like to think I speak English pretty well. And I'm reading this text. I'm like, wait a minute, am I stupid? Am I not understanding English? How can you say there's a gun? Are my eyes lying to me? What do you see? I have laser vision. I can see just as well as you. And it's telling me, are you lying? How can you lie to me like that?
We want the truth.
Yes, I was there for the truth, and I didn't get it. And I heard so much lies that today I said, you know what? I started cleaning my ears. My friend said, why are you doing that? I said, I heard so many lies that they're just piling up in my ears. I thought I'd bring this to share with you. Go home. If you hear enough lies, clean out your ears. And even after I cleaned out my ears, I realized, it's so sad. Let me give you an example. To the police department. Tell me one story. Was there a gun? Oh, first, it kind of looked like a gun. Oh, it was maybe drug paraphernalia. It was a dark object. It was a gun. It wasn't a gun. Oh, where did this come from? Oh, it's Dang Herd's gun. Oh, it's not Dang Herd's gun. Oh, it's someone else's gun. Tong Boo's gun. The video, it looks like he had a gun. Tell me one story. I'm sick and tired. I like to think that, when you belittle our community, you don't think we know what we're reading and what we see with our eyes. You're telling us that, you guys are dumb people. So to my community members, my fellow Hmong in the group, go learn, read it for yourself. No one told me, hey, they're doing this. I did my own research. So please, we need to wake up as a community. We need to separate the bullshit from the real story. Pardon my language. And let me say this a little bit in Hmong, because there's some of my elders, out of respect for them. They say, well, you're not usually in our community. They say the Lee family. No, this is the entire community, our entire family. We are a family of many cultures. Even though we're different, we're alike in many ways. Because of that, the new more part, the more part, that part of your dang oh, gee, dang lee. But oh, so oh, come on, pop. The point that good to come with you, because they go pop. That part that the gun, she won't chat, she won't hang day, she won't eat out, she surely, she won't food. Now the gun had no sweat, no budges, no piece of blood. When apparently Fong Lee was bleeding so much, they had to call the truck to come and wash his blood away from the grass. But no blood on the gun. First, the gun was in his left hand, was in his right hand. Maybe it was in his third hand. Did he have a third hand? Oh, then it flew in the air. What was that story? Oh, by the way, the gun's completely clean. The bullets inside the gun, oh, no handprint. Oh, Fong was so sophisticated. He had gloves and put on. So many BS stories. And the jury sat there and said, I can't believe you brought this bullshit story. I could have told a better Hmong fairy tale. And you know what? What's also so... Yeah, and he did all of that. He told a fairy tale with 8 bullets in it. Only got shot. Of course, in the courtroom, a lot of us who are not familiar with the legal process, they're going to try to use their lawyer tricks and stuff. But when we turn out numbers, how many of you, by show of hands, did some reading of your own research, did your own research stuff on this was not a fair trial? Raise your hands. I hope that media gets a piece of that. Yeah. How many things? Let me share something about Fong Lee and the family on their behalf. Fong Lee was a brother. He was a son. In the courtroom, I heard for the first time, Fong Lee watched his 4 little nephews. Fong Lee helped his mom cook. His mom would set the rice, go to work, come home, Fong Lee already cooked the rice and cooked dinner for the family. okay, maybe he was an honor student. He wasn't bound for Harvard. But very few of us are bound for Harvard. He wasn't. Maybe he didn't dress a certain way. They said, oh, they're gonna file him just to see what happened. Why? Because he didn't look like the Abercrombie and Fitch kid from the suburb, or what? You found him because he's Asian. He wasn't driving. They said he was in a gang. His friend in court, he had said, we're not in a gang. We're just a bunch of people who like to hang out together. You can call us a gang, but we're a bunch of friends. Because we look alike, we talk alike, and we walk alike, we're a gang?
The cops are a gang.
The cops are a gang. And with regard, he wasn't in a car doing a drive-by, stealing and robbing a liquor store, robbing a bank, or killing. He was on his bicycle, not even a motorcycle. He was riding around in elementary school. He didn't get killed in some dark alley where there's all sorts of illegal criminal activity. He was on a Sunday afternoon. He was going to bike ride with his friends. And he was bike riding for 2.5 hours. They said, oh, he passed the gun. Where's his sweat? I don't know. When I walk around for 2.5 hours, I get sweaty. Where's the smudges in this gun? So many things about this story that don't make sense. But you know what? When we don't speak up, nobody speaks up for us. So we need to ask this question. And we need to, when something stinks like a sticky fish, you got to tell them, this story stinks like a sticky fish. I'm not going to buy it.
Talk about the judge.
Let me share about the judge. So here's this judge. The family waited 2.5 years to get their day in court. They finally got their day in court. The family, by the way, as I observed them, I'm not a friend, I'm not related to them, but as a friend, I watched them. Every day they went peacefully, quietly, respectfully. They sat down. They listened to everyone. They came home. They mind their own business. They got up to the stand. And unlike the other people, the cops who testified, every family went up. They put their face to the microphone. They said, I want to tell my brother's story. My brother loved to raise pigeons. My brother, he was a pigeon breeder. Fong Lee had friends. Fong Lee was a good uncle. Fong Lee had a little brother he talked to advice about girls and cars. Fong Lee could have been any one of our little brothers or cousins or sons. They made Fong a human being because in the newspaper and certain people said, oh, they said he was a gangster. Maybe when we think about gangsters, the judge, maybe, I don't know what their understanding of gangsters, maybe they probably thought Fong Lee was part of this big organized crime or whatever, enterprise. But let me tell you about what this judge did to this family that makes me sick to my stomach. The family said, hey, we want to know the verdict because we waited 2.5 years. We've been every day in court, and the judge said, you guys can go home when we announce the verdict. We'll call you. No, family said, no. We will wait patiently for the jury to make the decision, and we will wait outside. Call us. Give us 10 minutes. We'll get out there. We'll get everyone together, and we're going to come in the courtroom to listen because we want to look this jury in the face when they tell us what the verdict is.
Yeah.
The judge comes out of the elevator. The family says, hi. Judge said, it's about 12:30. You should go to lunch. And maybe when the jury comes back later, because the jury's at lunch. Well, little did we know, 12:30, the jury just got back interim lunch. And the jury was making their decision that afternoon. 1 o'clock, the jury said, we're done making a decision. The family's at lunch. Oh, we're going to make an announcement. I call it family info. Right now, they tricked the family to go to lunch because they couldn't look at the family in the face and say, you know what, we as an all-white jury are going to let this guy go. Yes, he shot your son, your brother 8 times. He shot him 8 times. Yes, all this evidence is speculative. And then they said this, and guess what? They made their announcement to an empty court with some reporters, and they went home. This is so disrespectful to the family. I just want to let you guys know that. When the family came back, the security guard said, you cannot go to the court. It's closed. It's shut down. It's not open. The family said, wait a minute. We waited 2.5 years. We waited patiently, and now we can't hear the verdict? How are we going to know about the verdict? We can't have cell phones in this building. I just want to say this, Judge, my heart goes out to the family. You know, sometimes life isn't fair. One thing that I did learn as a community, as an organizer, the system is not perfect. But for us to just say it's a system, we need to be part of that system. This judge works for us. The Minneapolis police works for us. Thomas Jefferson once said, if the people are scared of the government, it's tyranny. But if the government is scared of the people, is democracy. We need to take our voice back. We need to take our voice back. So thank you all for coming out. Again, within 24 hours, you guys were able to come out. Next time, I challenge you, bring 5 friends. If each of us brings 5 friends and we pack the Capitol, we pack government, the government building, we pack City Hall, we will demand answers. We will get answers. Thank you.
Again, part of this whole thing organizing today is not only about Fong Lee, but this is greater than Fong Lee, because like I said, or someone said before, that if it's going to happen in our community, it can happen tomorrow, it can happen in another community, it can be any day now. So one part